What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics, and today we got a song battle. Shadowy Men on a Shadowy Planet. The song They Don't Call Them Chihuahuas Anymore versus Dick Dale and Misirlou, which I think is how you say that. You can obviously tell I've never heard the song. We'll figure it out maybe when we get to it. This is brought to us by friend, longtime supporter, patron of the channel, all around just great guy with all kinds of eclectic and wide-ranging music taste, which is great for me because I get to hear a lot of stuff that I don't know, and I've discovered a lot of stuff that I love. My man CSN. So thank you to CSN. Thank you to all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out that Patreon link below or the Patreon link on the end screen. We super appreciate it. All right, you already see it below. We're going to start out with Shadowy Men on a Shadowy Planet. They don't call them Chihuahuas anymore. From the album Sport Fishing, The Lure of the Bait, The Luck of the Hook in 1993, their second. You can see these gentlemen are not scared of being wordy. They have no fear of that. They are a Juno Award-winning Canadian instrumental rock band formed in 1984. They remain best known for the track Having an Average Weekend, of which an alternate version was used as a theme to the Canadian sketch comedy TV show classic The Kids in the Hall. Although commonly classified as a surf rock band, they rejected the label, going so far as to release a track, which is on this album, by the way, called We're Not an Effin' Surf Band. Although they also later released a compilation box set titled, Oh, I Guess We Are an Effin' Surf Band After All. The song is mostly instrumental with the exception of some shouted ahs throughout the song. It features a surf rock style that was popular in the 60s with driving guitar riffs and a fast-paced drum beat. All right, you have Brian Conley on guitars and keyboards, Reed Diamond on bass, and Don Pyle on drums. I would tell you I'm going to have the lyrics up as always, but I just told you there's no lyrics, so pay attention, boys and girls. Thanks again to CSN. I knew the song was in it, but I felt like we needed one more of those little ramp up in tempo for the third time as the charm on that as it ended out. And look, that's just a really good song. I super enjoyed that. Kind of builds throughout, and then with that culmination there. But that Brian Conley on the guitar was great. But everybody was good, right? The drumming, Don Pyle, Reed Diamond on the bass. Like, you do something like this, it's all got to kind of fit together. And I feel like it did. I feel like it really fit together. So I enjoyed that one. All right, next up, we got a guy who I feel like I should know because it sounds like he's a legend. Dick Dale and Misirlou, if I'm saying that correctly. I'm going to give you a little background on him. If you're watching this, you probably know who he is, but I didn't. He was an American rock guitarist. He was a pioneer of surf music drawn on Middle Eastern music scales and experimenting with reverb. He was known as the king of the surf guitar, which was also the title of his second studio album. He was one of the most influential guitarists of all time, and especially in the early 60s. Most of the leading bands in surf music, such as the Beach Boys, who ended up covering the song incidentally, Jan and Dean and the Trashmen, were influenced by Dale's music and often including recordings of his songs in their albums. His style and music influenced guitarists such as, now this is a who's who of guitarists, boys and girls, Jimi Hendrix, Pete Townsend, Eddie Van Halen, and Brian May. He's been credited with popularizing tremolo picking on electric guitar, a technique that is now widely used in many musical genres, such as extreme metal and, of course, jazz fusion. His speedy single note staccato picking technique was unrivaled until guitarists like Eddie Van Halen, who was obviously, I just told you, influenced by him, entered the music scene. He's cited as one of the fathers of heavy metal for pushing the limits of amplification. Working together with Leo Fender, he also pushed the limits of electrical amplification technology, helping to develop new equipment that was capable of producing thick and previously unheard volumes, including the first ever 100-watt guitar amplifier. The use of his recording of Misirlou by Quentin Tarantino in the film Pulp Fiction, so I'm sure I'm going to know this song, led to his return in the 90s, marked by 4 albums and world tours. He was also nominated for a Grammy in the Best Rock Instrumental Performance category for the song Pipeline with Stevie Ray Vaughan. And Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Guitarists of All Time. He was ranked 31 in 2003 and 74 in 2011. And it's one of those things about the list, it kind of matters who is making them. I mean, I doubt this man dropped 43 spots in 8 years, but it's kind of who's making it. This song itself, it's a folk song from the Eastern Mediterranean region. The earliest recording of the song is a 1927 Greek composition, but supposedly it was being played even before that. There are also Arabic belly dancing, Albanian, Armenian, Serbian, Persian, Indian, and Turkish versions of the song. It was a hit in 1946 for Jan and August, who was an American pianist and xylophonist. Nicknamed the one-man piano duet, it gained worldwide popularity through this version, Dick Dale's, which was originally titled Misirlou, Miserlou, which popularized the song in Western culture. Various versions have since been recorded, mostly all based on this version by Dick Dale. The way this thing came about, in 1962, at a performance, he was bet by a young fan that he could not play a song on only one string of his guitar. Dale's fathers and uncles were Lebanese-American musicians, and Dale remembered seeing his uncle play this song on one string of the Oud, O-U-D, so I might be saying it wrong. He vastly increased the song's tempo to make it into rock and roll. The Beach Boys covered this the next year on the Surfin' USA, making this song incredibly well known. In March 2005, Q Magazine placed his version at number 89 in its list of the 100 greatest guitar tracks. All right, let's get it. All right, Misirlou, Dick Dale. I definitely knew this from Pulp Fiction. Fantastic. The guitar work and just the effect on it, especially when you consider this is 1962, is really impressive. I can see how he was a pioneer. But then as the song went on, it wasn't just the guitar work, the crisp piano keys, right? The keys just hitting in a real striking manner kind of offset the guitar and gave it a nice texture. That was about, 2/3 of the way through the song. These are very short songs, as everything was pretty much back then in the early 60s. But yeah, I mean, really well done. I liked both of them. Great music knowledge by CSN to bring me these two early surf rock stuff. I talk about this all the time. It's either recency bias, the last song you heard, or familiarity bias because I know this song. I mean, not great, but I've seen Pulp Fiction a bunch of times. So I'm going to go with Misirlou by Dick Dale. Hopefully, like I said, I'm pronouncing it right. But I need to know what you guys think. I mean, both songs are really winners, but I got to pick somebody. It's the whole idea of this concept. So let me know who you think won down below. Thank you to CSN for bringing this one. And until next time, guys, I will see you.